Hi there, this is G.H. Glade for Coaching ADD and the Stimulus-Driven Brain. And this is a really quick video that I'm just going to publish as soon as I get it put together. It will be over and above my usual Monday publishing schedule. And, I finished my first week of doing Everyone Telemed, and there was a real common theme of anxiety, particularly around the COVID virus. For a lot of people, it resulted in intrusive thoughts. And what these do is they just enter your consciousness, and they come without warning or prompting, and they're really alarming and disturbing. And, we're not really sure why these suddenly pop into our heads, but various psychologists have various theories. We know that there are some very real fears with the current situation, and it's pretty natural to have these thoughts. But for a lot of people, they keep coming back to bother you. You wind up dwelling on them. And the more we try not to think about them, the more they come back. I'm going to give you a little example. I want you not to think of a fluorescent pink polar bear. Do not have that enter your mind. Do not create a mental image. No, don't. No fluorescent pink polar bears. And guess what you just did? Like it or not, there was that pink polar bear. Now, it's really natural to have concerns about the safety of people close to us. And it doesn't mean that you have a diagnosis, even though oftentimes intrusive thoughts can be predominant things with anxiety, depression, PTSD, ADD, and bipolar disorder. What intrusive thoughts do is they put the body on high alert. And it knocks you into what's called fight-flight status. And this too is a continuum. When we're on full alert and constantly dealing with this, a flood of hormones get released in the brain, and it's part of our mechanism to detect dangerous situations. I like some principles that come from something called acceptance and commitment therapy. And I have an office mate who does this kind of therapy who, gotta say, he's had a really positive influence on my thought. Here's some practical steps on what you can do. First of all, name these thoughts as being present but irrational when you have them. Name them as intrusive thoughts. And remind yourself that these thoughts are automatic and they really just aren't up to you. I want you to name the fact that you're actually scared by what potentially might happen. Accept and allow these thoughts into your mind. Don't try and push them away. It's pushing them away is a little bit like trying to not think of that fluorescent pink polar bear. There it comes back again. You can expect these thoughts are going to come back. And I want you to acknowledge to yourself that they are going to be disturbing. I'm going to tell you something a little bit about why this is important to do. And this example comes from hostage negotiation. And I got to give credit to Chris Voss, who wrote the book, Never Split the Difference. Brilliant guy, suggests it as a must-read for everybody. But in his work as a hostage negotiator, Mr. Voss told the families and friends of the hostage, I want you to be afraid. And what happens is when we're afraid or we have fears or intrusive thoughts, the amygdala just lights up. And when somebody names this to you, or you name it to yourself, the amygdala winds down. It becomes less activated. So when you have these thoughts, expect they'll come back. I want you to get in touch with the present moment, focusing on your present state rather than worrying about the future or the past. Be open to things going around you. Continue doing whatever you were doing prior to the intrusive thought happening. Allow the anxiety to be present, but go forward with whatever you were doing. Don't stop because of it. It's also really important to do something practical. I like the suggestion of video conferencing with the person or people that the thought's about. Video adds so much more dimensionality than just calling them up on the phone. We get that whole visual aspect of the person we don't get on the phone. We get the nuance of their voice. I want you to also reflect on the measures that you're taking to stay safe. You know, all of us know what we need to do. We need to socially distance. We need to wash our hands. We need to limit our going out in public spaces. And yeah, we pretty much got to suck it up and do this. The other thing that I want you to do is I want you to divert to doing something concrete. You might want to bake some ginger cookies, work on a quilt, go out for a walk or a run, but do something tangible and practical, something that you have control over, because those intrusive thoughts on one level, they leave you feeling out of control. Now, I am a big proponent of mindfulness meditation. It's an excellent tool for helping people cope with lots of issues and basically improve their quality of life. It can help you recognize and understand these thoughts. And, you know, it's not rocket science to know where they're coming from, but it allows you to figure solutions out and recognize those thoughts for what they are, allowing them in and then allowing them out again, sending them on their way. Well, as I said, I'm going to publish this as soon as I get done editing it and sending it. If you like this video, please send it to others, because you're not alone in doing this. Hit a like on the like button down below. And if you like what I'm producing, hit subscribe, because, you know, this too will pass, and I'll go back to coaching sort of ADD-oriented issues, as I will with my Monday publication. And so stay tuned. Take care and stay safe. This is G.H. Glade for Coaching ADD and the Stimulus-Driven Brain.